So do you know what finance means? Because it's a really broad term. And it means something different to everybody. And there's three kinds. And we only care about the one, and that's personal finance, which is money management. Money management is what? Budgeting. So there's a lot of ways that I can show you how to budget, and they take a long time. And but you do any of you here have a budget and work on a budget, strict budget?
When I run out of money in my bank account.
As far
Do you have a budget?
Well, it's sort of like you save first, and then you have whatever's in your bank account to spend a little bit.
Very good. Does everybody save first and then use what's left over? And the reason why we have a budget is because you need to know where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. So there's lots of ways to break down that budget. And I can show you how to do a budget. It's just not fun. It's kind of boring, and it's very personal. So we're going to play a game around that as well. But first of all, I'm just going to tell you some fun little things that my husband and I did, because we had a lot of financial problems when we were younger because I got ill and couldn't work for 3 years. And we had children, teenagers, and so forth, and little kids back in the 70s and so forth. We just didn't have a lot. So we had to do things too. So you can make it fun by finding a friend or a spouse and budget together instead of letting one person deal the stress. Let you both take the stress. You can make a game of it, and that's kind of up to you. You can use tools, online tools, but you can use a paper and pen really easily and write it down so it's very visual, because we are visual people. And then set milestone rewards to reward yourself. I know we do that sometimes when we lose weight. If I lose 5 pounds, I'm going to go have an ice cream or something like that. So you need to do that with your own budget, because that's what you're doing, is putting yourself on a financial diet. So, and those are some things that we did. It doesn't make them right or wrong. You can expound, and maybe you do things differently. We set weekly challenge. We set challenges to make it fun. Try to make fun things to set challenges. So you can use saving $1 a week, and you would have $52 at the end of the year. Not a lot of money, but to somebody that might be a lot of money. We started out with $10, and so what I did, because I'm weak, and I know it's easy for me because I work at a bank, but I got a roll of quarters and put it in a change jar, because when I wanted to rob that, it's hard to take out $5 worth of quarters instead of taking the bills out and go, it looks kind of tacky, and here's $5 worth of quarters. So you tend not to touch it, and that's the whole point around that. So try to do that. So keep your change. I know we talked about that here. I keep pennies, because then I pay for everything. If something's $1.51, I'll give them $2.01, so I can get 50 cents back, because I only saved the silver. And so we would do that from vacation to vacation, and we just took a vacation and we took our change in. We still do it to this day, and it was $360. So that throwing in change adds up quicker than you think. So keep paying your payments. So if you pay something off, don't use that money to pay something else off. It's also called snowball method, and we can go into that more, but use that payment to not have fun on. Use that to go pay another payment in addition to what you're paying, and you'll pay things off quicker. Keep making, save the difference. Let's say your utility bill dropped by $2. Take the $2 and put it in savings, but keep paying that same amount. So it's like you're paying the same amount. And then a lot of you, do you get 26 paychecks in a year? Have you thought about saving those 2 paychecks? Because we should live off of 2 paychecks. If you're used to living off 2 paychecks a month, save that, and that adds up your savings quick too. Or pay off a bill, or do something like that. So, and another thing to think of, I know Mike and I did this to put it in perspective, because budgeting is tough, and when you start thinking about where you're gonna put your money, if you eat out for lunch every day, you spend, let's say, $5. I know when I did that, I spent more than $5, but $5, if you did that, that's $25 a week, that's $200 a month, $2,400 in a year. In 5 years, you'd have $12,000. Just with $5 a day. So, I have a friend who has dinner out with every paycheck, and they do a big dinner. And most people eat out more than twice a month. But if you just took that out and say those 2 meals were $100, at the end of 5 years, you'd have, you know, a substantial amount of money. So those are easy things to think about to help you save your money and put it into perspective. It's a very individual thing. So I think we're going to get in groups of, can we do twos? And husband and wife get to stay together